Hello guys and gals, and welcome. Today we're going to go over another rune word, and this particular rune word is the rune word Splendor. They seem to be slowly floating away. Splendor is a very interesting rune word because Splendor is a +1 to all skills shield with a level requirement of, I believe it's level 37. Let me just double check that real quick. Yes, level 37. So it's a very interesting shield, but the problem with it is that it has a lot of stiff competition. Between the Rime Shield and the Spirit Shield, there's just really not a lot going for this shield versus one or the other. The Rime Shield tends to beat it as far as Magic Find and resistances are concerned, and the Spirit Shield beats it as far as plus to skills and resistances are concerned. So what is the specific use of a Splendor? Well, I think one of the best uses for a Splendor Shield is a Necromancer Head. And for that purposes, I'm going to take you over to my Necromancer on live, and I actually have a very interesting Necromancer Head that I've created for myself, specifically to help me out with the game. And the reason why I made a Splendor in it is because it has +1 to all skills, and it's only 2 sockets. Now, Necromancer Heads cannot go past 2 sockets, so this is an issue. So there's only really 2 rune words that you can make in a Necromancer Head, and that is the Rime rune word and the Splendor rune word. So right here I have a Splendor trophy, and right here I have a Rime trophy. So if we look at these next to each other, you will see that the Splendor trophy has +1 to all skills, but it also has +2 revive, +3 summon resist, +2 to crepify. And my Rime Shield has +2 to lower resist. So what you're doing here is you're looking specifically for a Necromancer Head that has plus to skills on it, and then you're adding the plus to skills of the Splendor on top. Now, this one in particular has +3 summon resist, so I'm getting +4 summon resist. This one has +2 revive, so I'm getting +3 revive. It has +2 to crepify, so I'm getting +3 to decrepify. And if we go down here and we look at how far down decrepify is down the tree, I've saved myself 2 points by not having to build down to decrepify. So very, very nice. If I was to use my Rime helmet, or my Rime shield, which also has skills on it, you see it has lower resist, and because lower resist is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skill point investment, I'm saving myself 6 skill points by not having to go down to lower resist. Now granted, if I were a character who specifically wanted to build lower resist, like for instance a Poison and Bone Necromancer, I would go down to lower resist because I'd want to max it out for the optimal effect. But if I was a Summon Necromancer or a Bone Spear Necromancer, and I just wanted to have lower resist so that I could use it with my Sorceress friends, but not actually devote any points to it, this is an interesting way that you could save 6 points and still get access to it. So the Splendor Shield has +1 to all skills, 10% faster cast, which is nice for a caster class to have a little bit of a faster cast, although there are much better faster cast shields than this one. 20% faster block rate, but no increased chance of blocking like the Rime shield. We also have adds 2 to 7 poison damage, which is absolutely useless for a Necromancer. We have the 74% enhanced defense, which is very interesting, and it does vary between 60 to 100%, so quite a bit of a variable there on the defense. We have 10 to energy, which is definitely nice because that's going to give you mana. And we have regenerate mana 15%, which is going to vary depending on the size of your mana pool. So the larger your mana pool, the more that is actually going to become effective. We have 50% extra gold for monsters, 20% better chance of magic items, and +3 light radius. Now, if you look at the Rime Shield has 25% magic find. So if you were going strictly for a magic find build, the Rime Shield is the obvious better choice. However, we also have the +1 to skills here, and we have to take that into account if you're specifically trying to get as much plus to skills as you possibly can. But without the 25 to all res from the Rime Shield, you're going to be losing out on your resistances. As you can see in Hell difficulty, with my Rime Shield, I am capped, but with the Splendor Shield, I am not. So it's a choice there between the two. And I've always felt like the Splendor Shield was kind of like the in-between shield. You know, you've got the Rime Shield is the one that people choose specifically for the resistances, the magic find that cannot be frozen, and the Spirit Shield is the one that people specifically choose for the plus to skills and the faster cast. And the Splendor Shield just seems to be the in the middle shield. And I don't know a lot of characters who would choose Splendor over a Spirit Shield or a Rime Shield. If you were any other character other than a Necromancer, you're probably going to go with the Rime Shield or the Spirit. But as a Necromancer, I believe that this rune word was actually made specifically for Necromancers because it gives you that that amazing plus to skills with the plus to skills on the item, which means you can stack them up to +4 to all the skills, which is very nice. And as you know, on a Necromancer, plus to skills is king, and the more plus to skills you get, the better. So a very interesting shield all around, and I do feel like it has some niche uses, but I also feel like most of the time you're going to be using the much cheaper Rime Shield or the much cheaper Spirit Shield. Now, the fact that it has a Lum rune in it is a very, very odd thing, because if you look at the Rime Shield is Shale Eth, dirt cheap. The Spirit Shield is also dirt cheap as far as runes are concerned. So the Splendor tends to be one of the more expensive options as far as shields go. And I often find myself still using the Rime Shield anyway because the resistances and the magic find is a little bit better. So it's interesting that even though I have this very nice Splendor trophy that I've made for myself, I still end up using the Rime. You know, of course, it really depends on if you found that perfect base. If I did find the absolute perfect base, I probably would be using that over the Rime Shield. Like, for instance, if and my search continues, by the way. I'm always picking up Necromancer Heads, and I'm always looking for that perfect base. But if I did eventually find one that was +3 skeleton, +3 skeleton mastery, and perhaps I'm trying to think like what would be a really good third skill. I mean, there's a lot of choices, a lot of things that I would like, but what specifically would I really want? So +3 skeleton mastery, and maybe +3, I don't know, corpse explosion, or maybe +3 revive, or maybe +3 clay golem. I actually do like the +3 summon resist. I feel like it keeps my my army alive a little bit better. It could also technically be maybe +3 bone armor. Could be useful just so I have bone armor without having to invest a single point into it. It could be interesting. It definitely is an odd shield, and I feel like most people that create this shield are going to be using it for a very specific purpose. If you're a sorceress, I could totally see using this over the Rime Shield specifically for the faster cast and the +1 to all skills. So maybe if you were a sorceress, you might use this over the Rime Shield, but you will lose 5% magic find, which is a little sad. But you would gain +1 to all skills and 10% faster cast with the regenerate mana 15%. Now the Rime Shield does have the regenerate mana, so the only thing you're really getting here by switching from the Rime Shield to the Splendor is the +1 and the 10% faster cast. So keep that in mind. Now, strictly as a magic find shield, I could see that. But as a main use sorceress shield, no, you would be using Spirit or Rime instead. It's such an in-between shield, and I think that's one of the reasons why it doesn't get picked very often. Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and keep watching.